You're looking live at Columbia University, which is facing this full-blown crisis as anti-Israel protests ramp up on campus. Now, with Passover set to begin at sundown, a rabbi there putting out a chilling warning for Jewish students there, recommending they stay home until safety is improved. Joining us now is Columbia University student Eden Yadigar, and it is wonderful to have you here. I know that you've gone home. You were planning to go home for Passover, but you had that statement from the rabbi yesterday. How did that make you feel?
Thank you so much for having me. Well, the unfortunate reality is that Columbia University is not safe right now, and it's especially not safe for its Jewish students. What we're seeing, unfortunately, isn't very surprising. We're witnessing really the culmination of 6 months of anti-Semitism that is being reinforced by a complete lack of leadership, even despite several warnings, lawsuits, and a congressional investigation. It's inevitable, and it is the result of seething anti-Semitism, inaction, and gaslighting from our leadership.
One of your leaders is Columbia President Manoush Shafik. She said that the decibel of our disagreements has only increased in recent days. These tensions have been exploited and amplified by individuals who are not affiliated with Columbia, who have come to campus to pursue their own agendas. We need a reset, and one of those resets will be virtual school. What do you think about what she's saying here about the tensions are exploited and amplified by individuals not affiliated with Columbia? Do you believe that's true?
I do believe that that's a very big part of it, but I do believe that individuals affiliated with Columbia need to be held accountable as well. And Columbia has conditioned its students and faculty alike to believe that they can repeatedly violate Columbia's policies without consequence. That's what we've seen over the last 6 months. And now Columbia's reputation is paying the price, and Columbia's students, and especially Jewish students, are paying the price.
Campbell Brown is well known to some people. She was a journalist for a long time. She married Dan Senor, who's a good friend of ours. They have 2 sons. They are not in college yet, but she said last night on Twitter, "I'm on my way to Israel where my 2 sons will be safer and feel more welcome than they would be today on the Upper West Side." And I felt terrible for her, and I wondered about that feeling of being insecure and thinking that maybe you're going to need either to make a tough decision about returning to Columbia if they don't get this situation under control.
It's frightening because anti-Semitism is a deeply American issue, and what we're seeing now is no longer just about Jewish people. It is deeply anti-American, anti-Western, and it's completely antithetical to Columbia's values. And we Jewish students have really been sounding the alarm for months, and we've been met with nothing but repeated silence from our leadership. And I really think that the most disturbing part is that this particular onslaught of anti-Semitism, which I think is the worst we've seen on campus since October 7th, was brought on when Columbia finally admitted in Congress on Wednesday that we do have an anti-Semitism problem here. But again, it isn't just about the Jews anymore. This is about America, and this is about people that are deeply anti-American.
Eden, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik put out a statement calling for the Columbia president to resign, saying that over the past few months and especially the last 24 hours, Columbia's leadership has clearly lost control of its campus, putting Jewish students' safety at risk. President Shafik must resign immediately. Do you agree?
I mean, Columbia University as a whole has proved completely incompetent in addressing this issue. I believe that the person in the leadership role frankly doesn't matter, but what does matter is what they do. And right now we're witnessing an institutional failure across the board. It isn't just the president at Columbia that's the problem. We need an institution that's going to start leading and clarifying what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, and then actually following through and enforcing that. And unfortunately, we haven't seen that.
Eden, thank you for coming on, and may you and your family have a peaceful Passover tonight, and I hope things get better and you can get back to school and studying, which is what you wanted to do in the first place. Eden, thank you.
Thank you so much.